Saskatchewan, Dawson Gosling, ainsi que l'arbitre du match d'aujourd'hui, Monsieur Botsy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the official coin toss. As the team captains of the Eastern and Western Division champions make their way to midfield, please welcome the Commissioner of the Canadian Football League, Mark Cohen. Joining the Commissioner today is the Honorable Donald Ethel, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta. The Scotiabank Kit Captains for Montreal, Massime Pizzietti for Saskatchewan, Dawson Gosling, and today's referee, Bud Steen.
Montreal, you're the visitors. You have the choice at the first half. Sorry. We have the head and the tail. What is your call? Tail has been called. Sir, would you please flip the coin? It is tail. Montreal, you have won the toss. Do you wish to select this call? Montreal has chosen to receive the kickoff. Saskatchewan, which end do you wish to kick from? Montreal, please come around. Steve, gentlemen, have a good game.
So the sequel is set before kickoff to the sideline. Sarah Oleski with Mark Tressman.
Coach, this week has had even more distractions than our usual Grey Cup. How did you deal with your team to make sure that they're not affected by it?
Sarah, our team has been locked in and focused since we got back from our bye week, and I don't think that's changed with anything that's happened this week. I certainly hope not.
Thank you, Coach. Let's head over to Farhan Lalji and Ken Miller.
Coach, your team has finished very strong in the last two games after slow starts. How important is it that Darian and your team start faster in this game?
Well, certainly we'd like to start very fast. The thing is, it's a long football game, so we'll take the football game as it comes. We want to play with great poise, great discipline, one play at a time.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Chris?
Thank you, Farhan. Well, we're out of the big chill of a week ago here in Alberta. And the weather conditions just about perfect for the 98th Grey Cup. 8th Grey Cup appearance for Anthony Calvillo. When he spoke to his teammates this week, he reminded them that these opportunities may not keep on coming. They have to take advantage of them. He's in his 8th as a starter. Darian Durant, the moment we saw him last year in his first game, you could see he was a natural leader. He's one of only 2 quarterbacks in CFL history to get his team to the Grey Cup in his first 2 years as a starter. Now can he finish? There are the current conditions. And expecting it to drop to about -9 by the 4th quarter, but pretty good conditions here in the Alberta capital on the final Sunday of late November. Absolutely perfect, no wind. Temperature will not be an issue. That's Baron Simpson, starting middle linebacker, barely walking the last 2 weeks, but just go ahead and ask him to not play in this game.
You got to control this ball game, man. Let's go, man. You got to be a good coach to work. What do you want to do?
Cold Lake. From the Nighthawks to Cold Lake at Four Wing and Lieutenant Colonel Eric Slice Kenny, you are watching the 98th Grey Cup on TSN.
Here for the 8th time in 11 years. It's the 3rd visit in 4 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The finish of last year's game now part of Grey Cup lore. How's this going to end? Eddie Johnson's got it on the tee. And the 98th Grey Cup on TSN from Commonwealth in Edmonton is underway. The return man is Tim Mabry, and he's dropped. Good downfield hustle by Jarrell Freeman. Just 19 on the return as Anthony Calfield goes to work in his 8th Grey Cup start. He has 2 fingers in the air. He has won 2 championships with the Montreal Alouettes and been in 8. Started in the Canadian Football League in 1994 with the Las Vegas Posse. That seems like a long, long time ago. Leads this Montreal Alouette team that finished with 12 wins in the regular season. One of the Grey Cup wins was here at Commonwealth. First one of the game complete to Jamel Richardson, and a hit screen, extra yards, and up to midfield. Big game for the start of last week's Eastern Final. Well, and over 100 yards in last year's Grey Cup game as well for Jamel Richardson, who was quite vocal in warm-up. Almost crossing that line into the Saskatchewan end of the field, and he gets the Montreal Alouettes off to a good start. 20 yards on the first play of the game for Richardson, who led the CFL in catches this year with 97. First down near midfield, and that pass skipped short of the intended target. The fullback, Gary Carter. Here's the starting lineup in the 98 Grey Cup for the Montreal Alouettes on offense. Avon Colburn will be in the backfield with Anthony Calvillo, the lone back. The receiving corps, Brian Bratton and Kerry Watkins are the wideouts. Jamel Richardson, Ben Cahoon inside, and S.J. Green, the 5th receiver. Luke Brodeur-Jordan is the center. Andrew Woodruff, Scott Flory, Jeff Parrott, and Josh Bruce. Starting lineup brought to you by Rona, proud sponsor of the CFL. Rona, doing it right. 2nd and 10. With hitter Calvillo, the completion pass Portugay. Quick tackle, which will stop Brian Bratton about a yard short of the first down. Early on decision time for Mark Trestman here. He's close enough that he's going to take a long look, and you get inside of that yard, then they'll bring in the yardstick to take a measure, which usually gives that coach an extra second to make this decision. He's not even going to hesitate. He's putting his punt team out there. Like about a yard and a half, and so Damon Duval will come out and kick the ball. Punt situation for the Alouettes, as they also elect not to try a 54-yard field goal early in this game. Ryan Grice-Mullen has dropped deep. And Duval will look for the corner. Weston Dressler back there too, and he's got it. Dressler unavailable last year for the Grey Cup game with a broken leg. Should be a key man for Darian Durant in this one, as Durant leads those Rough Riders offense out in his 2nd Grey Cup start. In the semi-final versus the BC Lions, the final versus the Calgary Stampeders, Darian Durant got off to slow starts, but finished strong. And how about his success against Montreal this year in 2 games, 923 yards passing. Rough Riders start at their own 14. And they get it to Cates. And Wes Cates just back to the line of scrimmage. Shea Emery, the middle linebacker, with the tackle for Montreal. There's Wes Cates in the backfield with Darian Durant in the starting offense for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders in the receiving corps. The wideouts are Chris Getzlaff and Kerry Coate. Inside, it's Weston Dressler and Jason Claremont and Andy Fantus, the leading receiver in the Canadian Football League. Jeremy O'Day, the offensive center. You got Best, Dan Goodspeed, Gene Mikowski, and Joel Bell. Simon Perry checks in for Montreal as they're closer to the sidelines. 2nd and 10, Perry off the edge. And Durant had to hurry the throw, and it's incomplete. And that's why the decision to punt. That's why Mark Trestman made that decision to win that field position battle early on. He gets the 2-and-out from his defense, and now Ken Miller's squad's going to have to punt from deep in their own end and possibly even consider giving up a safety here early. So Eddie Johnson is sent out by Ken Miller. 3rd in the league in punting this year. the bartender from Orange County, who may also have to kick deep field goals for the Rough Riders with the injury to Luka Kanji. Maypray back. And Maypray fields that kick. It'll be a no-yards penalty. 15 yards against Nick Graham after a 45-yard punt by Johnson.
It's our most anticipated event of the year, Nissan's year-end sales event. Delivering holiday offers on Nissan quality, fuel efficiency, and versatility. Now get 0% financing on popular 2011 models, $5,000 cash incentive on Ultima Coupe, and up to $1,500 in holiday bonuses. Visit choosenissan.ca or see your local Nissan dealer today and bring innovation home for the holidays.
Honey, I can you your gift early this year.
Sure.
To the lights.
And here it is. A new Canon Digital SLR.
It's the holiday sales event. Find HD TVs, laptops, and digital cameras on sale, like the Canon T2i for $799.99. Best Buy.
The 2010 Grey Cup on TSN is brought to you in part by Wendy's Baconator, the official hamburger of the CFL. And by Rona, proud sponsor of the CFL. Rona, doing it right.
No-yard penalty against the Rough Riders. Sets it up for Montreal. Push down. Saskatchewan 38. And Anthony Calvillo pulls it down, and he'll hook slide at the 30 and have 8. Take a look at the starting defense for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Up front, Luke Mullender, Brent Hawkins off the edge, Marcus Adams and Keith Sholigan, interior defensive linemen. The linebacking core, Barron Simpson is starting, Jarrell Freeman, a huge Western final. Tad Cornegay, the other linebacker, and in the secondary, yes, Omar Morgan will start on the corner, LaRon Mitchell, the opposite corner, James Patrick, Lance Frazier, and Chris McKenzie at halfback. Rough Riders number 8 against the run, the number 3 on the pass defense, and Avon Coburn on 2nd and 2. And Coburn still dancing, and finally hauled down by Luke Mullender, the man that ripped up the Argo defense for 216 yards from scrimmage last week. Has a big 15-yard run here in the opening quarter. Kerry Carter's going to go inside, try to influence the defense a little bit, and a little bit of misdirection from this offense for the Montreal Alouettes, with the fullback going one way and Avon Coburn, last year's outstanding player in the Grey Cup game, going the opposite. 85 yards rushing and the touchdown last year for Coburn in the Grey Cup against the Rough Riders. First down, Galileo. And he's got an open man. Jamal Richardson down inside the 5-yard line, and he'll get tossed back. The former Rough Rider has his second first down catch of the game. And it all starts a couple of decisions ago from Mark Trestman to punt the ball and not gamble. He's got that field position advantage, and in the exchange now he's on the doorstep. Jamel Richardson, who continues to victimize this secondary of Saskatchewan, gets another first down, and he led the Canadian Football League in that category in catches that moved the chains. Ben Cahoon to the sideline. Skip Seagrave checks in as a tight end for the Alouettes on first and goal. Against the Coburn, Avon Coburn, touchdown. Alouettes strike first. right to Avon Colburn. Got to try down the goal line to go ahead and run the football. Safest play, and he goes off the right side of that offensive line in behind Scott Flory and Jeff Parrott. Good blocking at the point of attack, and they just power their way in for the first score. Third consecutive Grey Cup game that Avon Colburn has scored a touchdown. And the ball adds the extra point.